Noniin, hölitellään tällä jotain kivoja, eli jutellaan tänne sitten muita mukavia tässä vaiheessa, niin saatte siellä sitten säätää. Second game, the third game, the fourth game. We have some wonderful prizes. We have a raffle as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So even if you're just participating, not winning, you will still get some G coins from Krafton, which is perfectly fine. But we're gonna start with the first game, which is yeah, we have about 250 participants from Finland and Korea. So we should be okay. And I can see myself, luckily, from the cast screen as well. And I look so yellow. I don't know, what did I eat in the morning? A few oranges, I don't know. Didn't have that, maybe some mangoes. Tarviiks vielä puhua?
I'm sorry, Nobby.
No, te ei pitäisi olla onnelliset, että mä ainakaan laula mitään tässä vaiheessa. Sehän olisikin vasta mielenkiintoista se. Mutta tästähän se kohta lähtee. Pikkuhiljaa, ei hirveän montaa minuuttia enää, kun saadaan meidän lähetykset tästä käyntiin. Odotellaan, että loppu aukeaa ja sitä rataa.
Can I take a few moments to give you some advice? And I think adults can switch off because this is strictly for kids. Have they gone? Have they gone? Right. Okay, I want to talk to you. Petting. No. Don't giggle. Because I'm worried about whether you think carefully enough before you do it. It starts at school, right? The occasional innocent stroke and tickle at the end of class. And then you get carried away and you want to go further. First it's on the desks and then home on the sofa and then it's out in the open, in the garden. You don't care, you can't control it. And before you know where you are, there's a family on the way. So. Take my advice about petting. Just think before you bring the school rabbit home.
Satellites. Pretty dangerous. Not these colored showers, the actual ones still up there. Watching you.
I mean, it's not the last show. How many more? Oh, Jesus!
tournament as well. We do have about 100 players on this lobby. We have a few multiple parallel lobbies running at the same time as well, but that's how we're gonna start it today. And as mentioned, it's gonna be only one sheriff in town. It's gonna be snipers and pistols only. So it's gonna be a little bit limited from the gun types today. And we have some prizes as well. So we do have all the players who are joining actually the event will be also receiving some prizes. So we have a Krafton, actually the game publisher supporting the event. So each participant on the game will receive some additional G coins. We also do have, of course, other events as well and then prizes as well. But let's have a look on the actual matches that we're gonna play today, because we should be having a small overlay graphic if I'm not completely mistaken. So I hope we get that visible, at least on the stream, if not on the stage. But it seems that we are not getting that, so we're gonna just continue with the verbally going it through. So we're gonna play 4 matches, like I said. The first one is gonna be this snipers and pistols, the only sheriff in town. Then the second game is the pan master, as we call it, so that's gonna be with the pans. So it's gonna be more, let's say, like a melee combat, player versus player. And then the highly anticipated platoon mode will come later. So here we actually finally have the graphic. So we have the nation versus nation, Finland versus Korea, where we play as platoons. So that's gonna be happening later. But meanwhile, we're gonna be already preparing for the first game. So soon we should be kicking up with some action. But yes, we're gonna start with the snipers and pistols. There's gonna be motorcycles and also flashes in the play. Also, I think shotguns are allowed as well, but no ARs, no SMGs. All, let's say, modern weapons have been removed from this game mode. So this should be pretty fun, and we should be getting into the action in just in a few seconds. But welcome everybody, welcome to the Korea-Finland Esports Festival 2026, and this is what we have been doing so many years in the past. I think we started 2020, so this is already the 5th or 6th time that we are arranging this one. So it has become a bit of like a tradition so far, and every year we have more players joining in. And if you don't know, Finland and Korea are actually the 2 first members of the International Esports Federation. So the partnership between Finland and Korea has been going for a long time. But now we have only 50 seconds to go to the game, so we should be soon getting the game image, and we can actually have a look what is happening at the server. So that should be happening very, very soon. And 40 seconds, we're gonna be playing this in Miramar, which is the second map which was introduced on PUBG back in the day. And we should have some pretty fun when the game starts. And only 30 seconds to go. And so we have some prizes here as well. So for these matches, especially for this first one, so the person who gets most kills in the game will receive a prize. So that's gonna be actually a Steam gift card. I think about 50 euros or something like that. But anyways, we do have some prizes for all the winners of the game, and also so the winner will get a prize, and then also we have a special prize for the person who gets the longest kill with the sniper. So if you make a kill from 600 meters or something like that, that's gonna be awarded with the added additional 50 euro Steam gift card as well. And when we go to the next one, we have the similar prizes on the second game as well. We're gonna be covering that a little bit later, and we'll be telling the winners eventually when we get that far. But meanwhile, we have the game starting, so we should be kicking into the in-game images. The plane is already in the sky, and we do have some players jumping out. And we'll see what area will be covered. We do have the first circle visible, so it's gonna be going around the El Pozo, and we can see all the solo players jumping, so we don't have any kind of identifier here versus the country, but we can see from the nicknames pretty well who's actually from Finland and who might be from Korea. But yeah, we can see a lot of players, of course, jumping all the way towards the circle. Some of the players will decide to actually stay outside of it as well. Not that many are actually heading towards Pozo because it's that far away, but this definitely seems like an area that we might want to have a look what is happening here. So we can see a player, MD, jumping down there. We have a second player there trying to find the guns. We can see Soulite already moving and just very carefully trying to find all the loot that he can find from here. But nope, that's not gonna be found for the time being. He's gonna move, and does he have some kind of a weaponry? Let's have a look. Nope, he's just gonna be running away. Don't find any guns. Meanwhile, we have a player here. He has found some shotguns, actually 2 of them available on there. So maybe Turpo can do something about it, but it seems that there is no combat happening on this area because the other player doesn't found what he's looking for. Meanwhile, seems that somebody has found a vehicle already, and this area seems to be that we have players already with the cars coming in, and let's see what is happening in the warehouse. And yes, some looting definitely happening here. Not yet any action, so we are waiting to see how this actually goes. We have some motorcycles moving here as well. But the players, they are kind of, here at the start, they are kind of avoiding the engagement because they want to find the guns first. We have a first kill, which is going to be driven over by Tixu with a car. We do have... so at least something happening, but everybody's kind of divided on their own, let's say, comfort zones. But here, maybe Soulite, who was, we saw him earlier, still running, still trying to find the gun. So he's definitely not going to be finding any actions that fast. Let's see if we find something else. Because everybody's just so far away from each other. Maybe in San Martin. No, these guys are pretty far away as well. So let's just have a look what is happening here. As we do have a Korean Dragon. So he will be kind of moving with the car, so maybe he's going to find somebody to drive over. Nope. The players are kind of avoiding. We do have a second player going with the motorcycle, Nuzang. He's also still without any weapons, so he'll be trying to find something to actually kill and shoot with, because in the end you want to get something happening definitely here. But we have the first engagement with the shotguns, as we can see. And let's see. Yep, corner fight. We can see Olaf versus, is it Ivan? No, IXN. So they are just kind of hiding behind this small shack. Now we have a small push coming from there, but they are very careful. They want to play this hide and seek clearly for a longer time. And now we do have a push and a surprise headshot from Olaf. And the first kill on the stream is there as well. Okay, so there we have the first kill. And meanwhile, we do have a second engagement happening here, also with the shotgun, also around the shack. I think there was a molly thrown as well. We'll see. So we have a Zung Jeon, needs to reload. They're having a shotgun fight from the longer distance, and they don't want on the molly, but just some shelves. We have some smokes. We can see a push coming up. There's got to be, yeah, it was a gas can. He's trying to get the gas can. And there we go, the shot comes in, and NRXV, it will be eliminated. So shortly, but steadily, the players are losing. We have still 53 players alive, so we have been losing some definitely already. We have some long-distance shots happening here. We can easily, from the map spot where the action is happening, the next phase circle is going to be popping on the northwest side. Beckel is going to find Hyla at the same time, and we are just trying to find the action. And this seems to be like an area where we might have something happening. So with the motorcycle, we do have Korean Air Force. He's going to be moving in the zone. We can see Haril Creed, meanwhile, being eliminated by driving over with a car. So that ram is going to be working just fine. And some damage here. How's going to be jumping out of the motorcycle. So he's going to spot the other player. So maybe he's trying to go there, and maybe ramming is not a worst option. So let's see how this goes. He's going to go for it. He's going to go with a motorcycle. Let's see if he can actually ram it over. No, but he wants to drive fast. Going to be trying to pass it, and will take some minor damage. So Ansmo will get 27 HP damage, but that's not going to be enough to get in the kill. So we can see Sunis 2 just getting away. He doesn't have a sniper, just a shotgun. So no damage will be dealt with that weapon from that distance for sure. Meanwhile, in El Pozo, we have some players nearby. We can see Hammer actually going on the rooftop. We do have a player on the next building on the first floor. That's going to be Anonymous 04. We can see 0101 being meanwhile eliminated. And the circle just keeps on shifting and moving. Let's see these edge fights, what is happening here. We can see Ryjex, he's going to be eliminated by MK47. And where do we have the next situation building up? There's definitely something here, but we can see already elimination coming up. So with the solos, there's just so much things happening that sometimes finding the exit. But as the players move towards the same area, then we will for sure find something more. So let's see how this motorcycle ride of Siva actually will work out. He's going to be just moving forward towards the zone. Doesn't find any players so far. We have actually Soulite here on the side of the road. Damage. He's gonna, no, he's not gonna spot the player, but he's still gonna be dodging that. And we can see Xodus just proning here with a shotgun, so he's gonna be waiting for somebody to come. He's inside of the zone. That's not gonna be a problem. Meanwhile, in San Martin in the blue, There is some fighting happening. So we can see Steam PC actually, did he get the kill? Nope, there's a player still inside. So let's see how this goes. So we can see Sustu Durton, I don't know how to pronounce that name, but that's not gonna matter. So we can see a Sus just trying to play these hide and seek, and he knows that there's a player nearby. He tries to get a shot from the window. We'll tag a little bit. Let's see how this is gonna be dealt with. Steam PC is just getting out. Maybe that's an internet cafe player, who knows. He's gonna be going inside, and he wants to go for the push. First, he wants to get a new vest. No, he realized the player's gonna be on the second floor, so he's not gonna go for it, or she will not go for it. And meanwhile, we'll just have a static situation here on the stairway. He's waiting that somebody will come. Now he's gonna jump down, and he's gonna go for it. He's gonna run from the side. Tag will come, and he will get the kill in the end. So Steam PC will be limited. We're down to 44 players at this stage. And as we can see, a lot of vehicles are actually coming into the middle. So there will be definitely something happening quite soon. As all the vehicles are moving on the field, we have some skins. That's Tesla, right? Ooh, we have some vehicle action, and the player's gonna be... Actually, he shot him from the window. No, he rammed it over. But anyways, that's a vehicle kill. So Daihomaru will get that kill. Meanwhile, he's gonna be moving into the crater fields. Let's see what is happening outside the circle. So definitely El Pozo. Another fight here versus the Hammer. And Rick Grimes, somebody has been watching plenty of Walking Dead, as we can see. So he'll be just hiding behind the boxes. And meanwhile, Hammer, maybe he decides to start moving, but no, he's gonna be just waiting. He knows that the player is gonna be there, so he wants to go for the kill. He wants to clear the area. We can see Stratos finding Ning meanwhile, and we can see Hammer going for the kill. Knows where the player is. Oh, doesn't spot it in time, but he gets the aim to the right place, but will take a major amount of damage. But still, he gets Rick Grimes down with a headshot from the shotgun. That will do the job, and Rick Grimes is gone. So we're down to 38 players, and the last of the players will be starting to move towards the zone. And Bekkeli, he's trying to be the sheriff here on the border of the zone, just waiting to see if somebody actually will cross this area. But that's going to be a bit of a problem because Stratos does have a motorcycle, so he's just moving along with that one. And we do have another player moving with the bicycle, actually. No, that's a single-seater motorcycle for Titan. He's going to be somehow getting jammed into these wires. That's not going to be much of a problem. We can see DH777. He's going to be also doing a bit of off-road driving. But all the players are going to be packing here on the northern side of El Pozo, and that's where the final battle will be in the end done. But we still have quite a bit of amount of space. We can see Mindo spots the player with a motorcycle. From that distance, gonna be very tricky to get that kill, and he doesn't deal any of the damage. So people are just trying to survive for the time being. 34 players still remaining. We do have a few players still coming from the blue who haven't found a motorcycle or anything like that. So Malakias clearly having a bit of a survival battle here. And what do we have here? Also Susto. He's also trying to find the way with his feet, and that's gonna be quite tricky. Meanwhile, on the fields, though, the circle pops again towards the west. Daihomaru gonna be moving towards the circle. We do have a player waiting here, right on the edge. So somebody has an idea that at some point, eventually, somebody will come to this shack. And that's why he's waiting here. But he will hear the vehicle, but of course the motorcycle right next to the shack, or is the small chapel, or whatever you want to call it, the motorcycle in front of us. That might give a slight hint that somebody is actually hiding here. Meanwhile, we have another situation. So Ko Sung Jeong will find Anonymous 04 from the warehouse or garage. Damage will be dealt towards him. Reload is needed. The hand thing with the double shotguns is that you can just switch the gun. He gets the one, and one more bullet will do the job. Needs to reload. We'll go for it. And it's going to be a hide-and-seek game, but he should be able to finish this with a next shot that's going to be landing on the target. Very carefully, just trying to make sure that he doesn't get any damage of his own, because headshot from this is going to be very tricky. The medpack's going to be taken, and now Kozen goes for the push, gets the kill, and there we go. We are down to 28 players as we speak. Meanwhile, on the middle, it's going to be very hard with these motorcycles not to run into some players, and we can see that these players going straight towards the guys on top of the field. There's going to be shots coming from the distance, and he's going to spot the player from the car, and there's a lot of players moving with the vehicles. We'll see Nuzan that tries to go for the kill from the window, deals 29 damage, so drive-by shooting happening with the shotguns. That is not so common to see, but it's always good to remember that the shotgun is very efficient from the close range, and the car provides you a very nice amount of coverage. And we can see more of these happening. Jans Makko slightly in trouble as well. We'll get some damage on the way. And let's see, this is gonna be getting a quite intense vehicle shotgun battle, and now he's gonna drop out and they will switch away from the motorcycles because Aixia is gonna try to go for it. One more, and there we go. We can see Backboy Pizza will be eliminated down to 23 players, and the circle is getting just closer and closer. More madness happening here. Titan's gonna be trying to run away with the car, and the other participant on this juggle was Neon. But yeah, they're gonna be trying to avoid each other. So on the north side of the circle, players are moving by foot. And here we have definitely a battle on the warehouses. Once again, we have 3 players actually. We do have a Mindole just carefully waiting on the middle. We do have DH77, and also inside of the larger building, we have Hammer, who already has 2 kills under his belt. So we'll see how this goes. Hammer just wants to peek that the doorway. Will find a slight chance to do some damage, but that's not gonna be enough, unfortunately. So Mindole's gonna be surviving. Maybe he wants to push. They are outside of the zone, so they need to move eventually. Molly is gonna be thrown. We can see DH hiding on the building, and now we can see a move coming from Hammer. Hammer wants to go. He knows that he needs to push. This otherwise gonna be taking way too long. Finds a new angle to the player, but there is no yet visibility. But he's right there on the doorway, and probably this is gonna be also guessed. There's plenty of smoke when we take the X-ray off. So they are just trying to cover and hide all these angles, and we can see Titan actually falling for D8. So there was another player arriving at the compound as we spoke. Now Hammer's gonna go for it. They are right here on the smokes. They don't see each other yet, but now the footsteps gonna be, of course, revealing this whole situation. Hammer's gonna be dancing around the smokes, and now we can see the same way as the players do. And Mindole is right there in the corner, gets some damage. We can see a backstab coming at the same time as well, and that's gonna be Showman. He's gonna be trying to find behind this ridge, and the side angle comes. There we go, Hammer. He's gonna be completely surprised by the third party who's gonna be jumping on this battle. Mindone is still inside, and he needs to deal with Showman as well. And Showman, that was his first kill. So Hammer got 2 or 3, but Showman gets him in the end. And do remember that the player who gets most of the kills will be getting a special prize as well as a Steam gift card. So the players know that they need to play aggressive if they want to get the prizes. DH is gonna be leaving with a car, and I think Showman is not maybe that aware as the others how many players are actually on this area, so he might be surprised here. We can see players moving here. Mindo's gonna be moving with the motorcycle, 9 players alive, and we do have on the middle of the circle, we had Daihomaru with the 1 kill, and the circle's gonna be popping here. We have Markseng with the 0 kills. He has been holding that shack. There's gonna be a south side battle. Aixia gets the tag. The smokes are gonna be bringing some coverage there. 11, 19 damage, so we can see that Showman is gonna be in trouble. So if he wants to run the show, now is gonna be the time when he needs to dance around the smoke and find the angle, gets the first aid kit done, gonna be pushing into the smokes. More smokes are gonna be made by Aixia, so there's 3 smokes currently, so they don't see each other's at all. And Aixia, let's see, he wants to play the rock, he wants to take the high ground, he wants to see from here where Showman is coming, because you can see slightly, just like we will be looking above the clouds, but he will not yet spot him, and Showman makes a safe move behind the rock here. We do have some other players in the area as well, so this is the northern side, but let's focus on this battle for the time being, because this seems to be the case. Showman's gonna be finding, oh, there's gonna be a damage dealt, but that's gonna be not enough, and we can see Aixia just go here, and it's gonna be around the rock who's gonna be getting the kill here. 1 headshot, oh, and this is gonna be right there. Aixia drops down Showman, so Showman's streak is not gonna continue, and the north side continues the vehicle madness. Nuzang will be with a vehicle, and who's gonna be here? Tambourine, he's gonna be taken down by Nuzang with a shot from the vehicle, so he's gonna be down to 6 players we go, and almost everybody is in the zone. Where do we have the 6th player? We have 4, yes we have, and then we have 2 on the south. So let's see how this goes. Nuzang with his car knows that there are players around. He has 2 kills. Who do we have here? We have Mindole. So he knows that there's a player. He's just luring here, but they need to move. Mindole is outside of the zone. Nuzang is outside the zone as well, and the damage is going to be pretty bad from the phase number 6. So Mindole just very carefully approaching towards the, I don't know, the mini chapel or whatever you want to call that, shack on top of the hill. And yeah, just very careful with the angles. We do have also Daihomaru with the car, just moving it slightly, making sure that he's not static, that he doesn't get any of the damage, and this is getting a bit ridiculous. These guys are like putting babies to sleep. They are just tucking them in with a car. Nuzang just wants to have a peek, and do remember that this is the 3rd-person view which the players are having, so they can see, for example, if 1J will be coming right behind this rock. But now it's going to be again time to move. The circle pops to the south. So I would say the 3 players on the south are pretty fine. Aixia especially looking to have a very strong position, has 6 kills already as well. So that's got to be a plenty of kills. And now we can see Mindol coming from the side. He might have a chance to actually flank, but the players are not going that aggressively here. Meanwhile, we can see Nuzang going with the vehicle. We can see also Daihomaru going with the vehicle. At some point, eventually, Marksen needs to move, and he's going to be making the move now outside of the shack, going to be on the smokes, and we'll see, does he find anything? But the battle's got to be definitely happening here. 1J gets the headshot towards the driver and drops him down. Nuzang, the player who was holding that vehicle as his sanctuary with the cover that it provides, will be taken down from the front window, and that is the end of Nuzang. 1J gets a bit of a damage himself as well, needs to move. That's going to be more damage coming from the distance. Does he spot where the player is? Because I don't. It's probably here. It was Aixia with the 6 kills, and he's going to be holding a good place. We're down to 4 players, and 1J going to be dancing a little bit. We'll see. He wants to show that, yeah, I can do this. I have time for dancing as well. And just as a reminder, we do have a K-pop dancing competition coming up later as well on the stage. Meanwhile, the battle around the vehicle. Daihomaru uses the cover, gets the damage from the other direction. Feels gonna be in a bad shape as well. We can see 1J tries to go for the kill because he knows that the player is in trouble. He's between 2 different fires, and he will go towards Mindol. Mindol, meanwhile, knows that there's a player who is low, knows that the vehicle is low as well. But meanwhile, we have the 4th party, which is Aixia, the strongest player so far with the 6 kills, feels the damage. Oh, finds it from the smokes. Mindol dropped like nothing from the sky. And meanwhile, Daihomaru definitely in trouble as well. The vehicle's gonna be in a bad shape, not gonna be usable anymore. 3 players remaining, so these 2 plus the 1 who can do the backstab. And still Daihomaru wants to use the car. Doesn't, oh, now the car is gonna be in flames, so that's gonna be destroyed. And there's a chance that now actually 1J has a really good chance against taking Daihomaru down, so he will find it. So it's a 1 versus 1, 1J versus Aixia. The 2 remaining players of the first game of the evening, well, to the day. It's not an evening. Usually the sports cards are that time, but not today. Aixia in the smokes, just very carefully. There's a lot of smokes, a lot of cover, but they need to move. And Aixia, he wants to be the aggressive player. 1J gets the kill, got the kill, and there we go. 1J will take the first game. I think, I didn't see, I think it's about 5 or 6 kills, so about the same as Aixia. But 1J will get that final shot and will drop down Aixia in the end and claiming to be the sheriff of the first game. And we'll be claiming some prizes, and we'll be getting back to that a little bit later. But there we had the first match of the day, and that was the Sheriff in Town mode. Welcome to Korea, Finland Esports Festival 2023. And of course, enjoy Assembly, the ones who are here, and of course you guys on the stream. There is still tickets available, so it's not too late to come to Assembly and see all the wonderful shows that we have here today running in Helsinki, Finland. Anyways, the first game is done. The next game gonna be the Panmaster game. That's gonna be a slightly more intense, I would say, because that's gonna be with the pans. So it's actually very close combat, no shooting from the distance. You really need to go to the other player's skin, and that's pretty much the how it goes. But we're gonna be jumping towards the next phase of our program, so we have a short break, some video content as well. We'll be right back, so don't stay anywhere, because we have only just started. So see you guys soon. so we're gonna continue the next game as mentioned before the short break. So welcome back everybody. It's gonna be the Pan Master, and this is the very, very traditional PUBG game mode. You know, PUBG as a game, it has kind of crafted the whole brand around the pan, which was the item which was on the game introduced in 2017. And the pan is a very handy tool in PUBG because you can of course use that as a cover, because if you can kind of carry it, you can hear the bullets sometimes kind of bouncing off from the pan. But then also you can beat people with it and you can throw it as well. So that's gonna be the theme of this game, to actually kill as many opponents with the pan. That's gonna be the game. And this is very fun because, you know, people are actually running around with the pans. They have backpacks full of pans. And the pricing actually in this game will be, of course, the game winner will get a prize, but also the person who gets most headshots with a pan. So you actually need to throw the pan to the head. And we'll see what kind of attempts for that we're gonna be seeing. We will come back to the winners of the previous game eventually, who will get the prizes. But 1J won the game, and I think Elixir, who came second, actually had more kills. So I think both of the top two players will be receiving some prizes for sure. So we are just about 1 minute away from the next game, Pan Master. We are playing the Korea-Finland Esports Festival 2026 here at the Assembly Party in Helsinki, Finland. And of course we do have remote participation at the same time from Korea as well. And that is the reason why the games are actually happening at this quite unusual time, starting at 11 and running after the noon here on the Finnish time, because also the Korean players need to be awake when these games are happening, because the evening times, you know, these guys are already in bed at that time. But there's a wonderful, wonderful history with Finland and Korea when it comes to esports. We have been doing these esports festivals for 5-6 years now together around the PUBG, which is a Korean game, as we do know as well. And the communities really, really enjoy these events as well. And of course, there will be a whole pinnacle for this tournament after this map, when we have the last two matches, which will be the platoon mode, where the countries are actually playing as a platoon versus each other. But meanwhile, we do have the second match just about to start. We have different lobbies, or different players should be joining this one as well, because we have multiple lobbies. We cannot show them all, so we try to rotate a little bit between the lobbies. But without any further, let's go to Rondo and let's have a look, because the plane is just about to depart. So there we go. The plane path will be here from the southwest, more towards the east, not that much to the north. The circle's gonna be popping, and that's gonna come right around Danjing. And we'll see when the plane actually then finally arrives from here, so where the player's gonna be jumping. And we do have 51 players on this lobby, so people are jumping down. We'll see from the map here, meanwhile, where they are heading. So we have a few players who seems to be heading towards Lanpo. Let's see what these players are about. So also Heichi will be getting down. And let's see, Yun San is here as well. So yeah, we'll just see where the people go. We'll try to find the first battles, but here the battles really need to happen close to each other, as we know. So it's not gonna be from the distance, even with the shotgun distance. And we'll see where this heads. But yeah, of course you need to find a lot of pans, so that's gonna be the starting place. And maybe this Hung Sang will be giving us a good idea what will be happening next. We have a few parachutes going for these small buildings here as well, and something tells me that there's gonna be loot definitely for all the three players, and there's gonna be some first action. So let's see how this will go. We can see the help going a loot. There's gonna be a pan found. That's the weapon that you can actually use. So there's no pistols, there is no shotguns, there's nothing that you can shoot from the distance. It's all about how you master the skills with the pan. And of course you have some smokes and stuff like that, a lot of meds as well. But in the end, it's all about how you can master the pan. And this is not a kitchen fight, so we are not cooking anything with the pan. We are actually using it as a weapon, as we can see Rex Skull already here with his very interesting skins. Oh, gets the bicycle as well. We have the first blood, by the way. Dudung will find Busan, and also the Hell is going to be finding the player actually from the compound where we were just observing. So he's going to go for the second kill for sure. So let's see how this battle will go from here, because he is already on the move. The next player with the pan is going to be in the warehouse building, and they are carefully kind of scouting a little bit where the other player might be, because they might not have the information. Dudung's going to be finding a second kill already, meanwhile, elsewhere outside of the pictures. But let's see how this situation situation with the hell actually proceeds from here. So we can see that the skull, oh, he's just hiding here. So very sneaky, but has a very fancy pan skin as well. I don't think that with that kind of a skin you can actually cook any food with it ever, because that's gonna be on the way. But yeah, definitely for making some damage, that's going to be a good idea. The hell, meanwhile, slightly approaching that direction, coming from the fence line. Let's see how this goes. He will just very, very carefully try to move because, of course, he doesn't want to give away his location. He's looting at the same time, as we can see. So probably has a multiple pans already on his backpack. But the things are getting a bit slow here. But we know that if we move away from here, then the action, of course, will happen. So it's not that far away. And we can see Skull being inside of the building with a bicycle. And he might be surprised. Okay, and there we have the pan is actually flying. And the second one comes in. There's nothing that Skull can do. Those two pans, they come just like a rain from the sky. And he's going to be just immediately dropping down from those. So down to 45 players we are. We do have some bicycles clearly in the play. So we have multiple players getting towards the zone. Somewhere over here on the north side of Danqing, there are players stacking. Yugi Boss is going to find Zhenjiang. I don't know where they are on the server. We're going to be probably spotting them a little bit later. We can see some lone players like Huomba just running towards the zone. But slightly players packing on this area. So something is maybe happening here soonish. So these guys are spotting each other. There's a guy getting away with the bicycle. And somehow desperately Elmo tries to hunt down that bicycle. But he's just going to be running in circles here meanwhile, as we can see. And well, he has a fancy pan skin as well. That's going to be like a small guitar or gamepad. Anyways, the hell is going to find back row. We have a bicycle situation happening here as well. They're going to be jumping down. And we can see Kor-Fin, actually a Finnish player, coming to the scene. Gets the damage, unfortunately, towards himself. Goes very down on HP. Just the two of them, 2 HP remaining. And is there any more pans coming his way? Tries to escape with a bicycle, but the pan comes and there's nowhere to hide for Kor-Fin. Dudung will get his, or maybe already the 4th kill, and Dudung has been getting 4 kills, and will he get the 5th as well? There's a pan coming towards him. Can he still survive? No. We can see underwater, just dropping him down from the side angle with a pan. We're gonna be down to 38 players, and the circle is closing. Few players still in the blue, and of course we have let's see, 2 bicycles coming to the same area, so they're kind of following each other's steady. And in front of him, who's going to be that player? It will be Favsev. So Zedfa, that's what we're gonna call him. Anyways, the hell is gonna be getting more kills. So he has been very active. Where is the hell? Because he has been racking some kills. Meanwhile, as we have been observing some others, and that was also the fight we saw earlier. So yes, the hell is now with 4 kills. We saw this player earlier, a very fancy pan skin for him as well. But here we have a slight pan dance, and we had it. So we can see that Hype Boy and Soldier has been taken down. Marine 7 has got that kill, and the zone is just about to get smaller and smaller. Careful cat, hiding in the bushes meanwhile. That's going to be a good place. The skin is kind of supporting that. It's pretty dark, but there's no other players around, so that's the problem. So how far he's going to be staying there. And here is definitely happening something, as we can see multiple players in this compound. Oh, the hell is going to be throwing that pan from the long distance, but there's going to be another player coming to the scene. Does the damage towards the hell, and it's going to be time for the hell to drop down. He got 5 or 6 kills, and it was Yu Zan Zan who got his first kill. We'll be moving around the buildings there. We have a lot of actually bicycles circling on this area. So this is like a bicycle madness. And there we can see the cycle's gonna be dropped. We can see Timbe, a Finnish player as well. He will try to somehow get that kill by getting away from the bicycle. We can see a bit of a hunting happening here. So let's see how this goes. And they are just going after each other's cycling. It's like a Tour de France, Tour de Rondo, which is the name of the map where we are currently. It's a Tour de Rondo. We can see they are kind of taking their stance around the bushes, very carefully trying to find the angle how they can actually pursue the other ones. Here we have also underwater having some kind of a bicycle raffle, as we can see. And do, by the way, remember that there's a raffle going on. We're going to have a look on that on the break, but there's a raffle. So all the viewers please take a picture of your viewer studio from home. And there's a specific Discord channel where you can actually post it and you can win prizes as well. We're going to be giving more information about that during the break, and probably the stream chat already has that information as well. But yeah, there is a competition where also the viewers can actually participate and get some prizes. These guys are just chasing each other, and there is no fuel on the bicycles like there is in the cars, so they can just go forever. And we can see the bicycle, he's coming with the pan, throws it away, doesn't get the damage, but needs to pick up that pan, it seems. And there's another one coming, and there we go. Marion 7 gets underwater. The damage is dealt while he's trying to pick his pan that he did unfortunately miss the target. Down to 27 players, and this middle area is getting very hectic. Another bicycle fight between Gore. There's two other bicycles, so let's follow a little bit how this dance will go. And they will come from the sides. It's easier to hit that pan from the side than from the behind, I would say. And 54 damage coming. Marion 7 is going to be finding C-Tax. There are still 3 players here. And can we get an additional kill? Nope, they are still going to continue. So this is a kind of a bicycle madness. And the first player here, Gilmund, he needs the med eventually. And did he get the player? No, he didn't get the player. So Marion 7 is gone. Gilmund tries to get another kill, and there was actually a 1 player lost, 55, and there we go. Gilmund gets the kill, so there's going to be only him on that area. Down to 20 players we go. And meanwhile, another bicycle madness happening here. We'll see Bobby Swagger, a Finnish player as well, by the way, is going to be hunting down the Sedfa. And let's see if Bobby Swagger actually that deals a bit of a damage, actually gets damage himself as well. So there's going to be a third party coming with a bicycle, going to be right there behind that bush. So Alf Sins trying to get that long distance throw, not going to be getting close enough with that one. And there we have some kind of a dancing with the pan happening here. And we can see Taro getting careful. Cat, that was the guy who was hiding on the bush, so he will be eliminated as well. Meanwhile, let's see what is happening with the bicycles. And that's going to be a miss for Yard time, and 42 dealt. So Yu San already with 2 kills, try to get some more kills under his belt. We can see Ya Time just hiding there, getting away from the whole situation, realizes that's going to be maybe not the thing for him. But meanwhile, Lin Yun and who do we have on the other side? Bobby Swagger, actually down to 9 HP, needs to be very careful. And now we can see Lee Mion coming with the pan. Just 1 hit with the pan to any part of his body is going to be dealing the damage. And there's actually Alfsins hiding in the smoke, so Bobby Swagger walks right into that one. And another fight is going to be kind of emerging here between Lim Iun and then Alfsins. We have a bicycle joining the scene as well, basically Satfa Fazel. And 16 players, actually. We have a Korean no-name player going to be chopping on the blue zone as well, and this madness with the bicycles just going to continue here, as we can see. But this rolling here on the fields, and they are waiting. They are in the zone. More people need to move into the zone. We have few players still on the west, few players in the north, and a lot of things happening here where Lin Yoon is hiding, and somebody's going to be jumping with the bicycle, and there we go. 1 jumps away. Lim Sung, can you get that kill? No. They're going to be dancing with the pans. 54 damage cell. Final kill should come, but the bicycle. Gore gets Lium Iun, and Alf Sins is going to be kind of saved by the bell with the last possible moment, but he's not going to stay alive for long if he doesn't do any of the med packs, because he's so low on HP, and he's kind of trying to just somehow balance between the bicycles. Finds a bicycle, actually going to be which is abandoned by another player, so now he can just start moving away, hiding behind that rock. And what is here? Timbe also moving. We can see Yun San falling down. Yun San they're actually killing each other on the kill feed. 777 as Tel gets Yusan and the other way around, so they did throw the pans exactly at the same time. Timbe still trying to survive with the bicycle. Ya time quite low, has the meds as we can see, but doesn't have the time to use them because Timbe comes with a bicycle. 12 players are remaining, and meanwhile Gore is here right next to the other player, Alf Sins, but he's just hiding here in the shack. Has a tactical pack, so this must be a lot of pans on his backpack. Does have 3 first aid kits as well. He has been able to med, which is a nice thing to do. And yeah, everybody's more or less with the bicycles except for 3 players currently. And let's see how this bicycle carousel. Oh, somebody's going to be chopping. That's the PUBG vehicle physics that we can see in action. And the smokes, yeah, they are just hiding here, driving around the smokes. Gore is going to go for it. So let's see if this is going to work out. He's going to do a wheelie there. But yeah, that's not going to be helping. He's just hunting down with the pan. And I don't know if actually Timbe has an idea that there's somebody right behind him. But I think he's pretty confident about that. There's somebody must be following him. And let's see if Gore now is getting on the attack distance. You cannot drive away from the blue, so you cannot escape forever. So let's see. more bicycles are coming, and they're just trying to dance around these fields with the bicycles. I don't know how long their tires are actually going to be lasting, but yeah, that's not my problem. On the fields, meanwhile, we do have a pan fight, and that's going to be taken by Gilmund. So Taro falls down. Gilmund also very low on HP, and there's going to be a bicycle who's going to join the scene. Almost gets the kill from Gilmund, but I guess he realized that on the latest possible moment to actually dodge that pan, and no damage dealt from either side. The pan's going to be collected as well. Gilmund has the first aid kit, but it's going to be a bit of a dangerous place to use it on the middle of the field, as we know. Gore, meanwhile, has a different target on his mind, and this really came as a bicycle ballet now with the pans, but they're going to be hunting down each others. We'll see how this is going to go. He's going to be getting closer on the distance and just waiting to get his opportunity. The first guy doesn't even have a pan on his hand, so he cannot throw with anything currently because you cannot get that on your hand without getting away from the vehicle first. But this dance is going to continue. So Gore just sees so many other players, doesn't know which one would be the target, doesn't connect with that pan. He's going to be turning, has another pan. Can he throw that? Seems to be the case that he just wants to go very aggressively towards the other players. Now he jumps away, and oh, Alf Sins actually gets Gore. So that stopping is going to be a fatal for him. So Alf Sins gets his second kill. He was hiding on the warehouse earlier, but now he's back on the fields with the bicycle. And that's just trying to go and find the next one. That's going to be right there on the bushes, but nope. Alfsins plays it very strategically. He doesn't go too close unless he knows that he has a nice trajectory straight towards the player in a way that they cannot really defend themselves. So he's very looking for the opportunities, like a fox who is like trying to hunt a mouse or something like that, or maybe a rabbit. Anyways, so he's very carefully building these whole situations, and stays otherwise in a longer vicinity. So he's not right there. Meanwhile, let's see a KC Orago. We haven't seen this guy before. There's going to be a nice throw. Actually gets 90 damage towards Huomba, who's trying to get away. And the thing with the bicycles and running away from this situation is that because we only have 9 players and such a small zone, so if you run away from somebody, for sure that direct is going to take you towards another player, as we can see here. Cloudification. Is there going to be any pans thrown? No, he's just waiting, maybe just collecting the pans because people are going to be throwing them at him. So he can just collect the pans from his feet. Meanwhile, there is another player behind him. But that's pretty far away in the distance. That's going to be White Hail. Just very carefully playing the edge. 9 players. And as we can see, some players, they want to be very static. And then we have about half of the players, even with this dinosaur tail, they just want to move around all the time. And that's one way of keeping you safe as well. Because, you know, hitting a moving target is maybe a little bit more difficult than the ones that are statically somewhere. So you just want to stand with the bicycle unless you have a really nice place. But now here on the fields, things are getting a little bit more heated. 54 damage. Somebody wants to drop away from the bicycle. That'll be Alf Sins. I'm kind of rooting for him because he has been going such a long journey throughout the whole game. But no, more players are coming. Alfson's got to be hunted down, and he's going to be falling down. So my rooting, unfortunately, didn't help. Meanwhile, we have Cloudification, and he's going to be hiding in the bushes now a little bit, and he will spot the player on the edge, but he's going to be spotted at the same time as well. So he has a bicycle. Let's see, around here we have Timbe also with a bicycle. So it's going to be a bit of like a bicycle madness, to be honest. And here we finally have people getting out of the bikes as well. Beak gets that one shot, doesn't do the damage though, so that pan is not going to deal the damage. There's a chance for a kill because the play is very low, but Beak will miss that. Oh, it's Kimchi, Beak Kimchi. Just a lot of underscores there on the way. But yeah, very carefully playing, 8 players remaining. And there we go. Timbe tries to attack with the bicycle. Timbe is 1 kill only. He's a Finnish player. We all know him on the PUBG scene. So let's kind of hope that he will get some damage done here. Huomba Meanwhile, just rotating around it. So everybody's just going the bicycle, and this is getting pretty hectic. So let's have a bird's eye view. We can a little bit see. So 4 bicycles moving here. Somebody's hiding here. So yeah, and the larger areas here. There's going to be some damage dealt. So Cloudification tries to get another player down with a pan. He's a very brave to get out of the bike because he's kind of giving himself away. But nice shot with the pan. 54 damage coming down. Will collect some more pans into his arsenal, which is probably a plenty. And there's just more and more bicycles moving, and we can see another player, Casey Orego, who was actually briefly getting out of the bike. So it's just about who will get those kills with the bikes, and they are just really learning to throw these, because it's not something that you do in a normal day, that you actually throw pans on this game. It is a way to do a fight, but it's not that common. Usually people on this game, they still shoot. So the pan throwing skills are not the most honest ones for these guys. Cloudification gets Gilmund, that's 1 player down. Whitehill had a nice idea to hunt down, but now he just wants to see the madness happening here on the fields. And yeah, people are moving. We can see Casey Orego. Now they're finally starting to lose these bicycles because the circle is getting so small that you can't really go that far away and escape with a bicycle anymore. So somewhere here around these beautiful, beautiful red flowers, I think the fighting will happen. And let's see, Casey Orego wants to get these guys down, but no, he just doesn't have the fight. Whitehill's gonna fall down, Cloudification's gonna be fighting Bleak Kimchi, so 2 players are falling down, and then we have SWAT Guard trying to throw that pan, and he's gonna fall down in the end to Casey Orego. Suddenly we have 4 players down, and he's gonna be, well, notched with the bicycle, and he's only 1 HP, so this is gonna be very deadly for him, because Huomba also goes to the blue, needs to be very careful. Down to 3 players, they're all here in the pictures. We can see Huomba playing a little bit separately. A lot of smokes are gonna be putting down by the Cloudification. He wants to use the smokes. He's going to be rushing through the smokes. And we have some wheelies happening there on the middle. And Huomba's going to find Timbe, who was wheeling. This is the last 2 guys. We can see Cloudification versus Huomba. The pans are flying. Is there going to be another attack? He's going to miss that pan. Cloudification is very, very carefully. Maybe he's out of pans. I don't know. He's going to be just playing the edge, running there, as we can see Huomba being more on the attackive side. And Cloudification only needs that 1 pan, and he will connect that. It's going to be a headshot with a pan, and he's going to win the second game with that headshot from the pan. So in the end, Cloudification with 5 kills will win the game. Huomba gets the 2nd place, Timber's going to be the 3rd one, and Casey Orego the 4th one. And of course, we're going to be having a look on this course a little bit later, more in detail when we have the winners, but we do have the 2nd game done. And the nice thing, the really nice thing, is that now we have done the 2 matches. So we have done the Sheriff game, we have done the Pan Master game, and we have 2 more matches remaining, and both of them are platoon mode. And because we have such a large participation, we have 2 lobbies for the platoon, so we're going to show both of them. And the platoon mode is basically 50 players versus 50 players, good old PUBG, and that's going to be a lot of chaos, a lot of action, and we'll see which nation is going to be victorious. But that's going to be coming right after the break. But before we go there, we do have that raffle, and maybe we can get the raffle graphic visible just for a second to see what the raffle is about. So we have a viewer event. So take a screenshot of the match you are watching, post it to the Discord event channel, and 5 viewers can actually win up to 50 euros on gift cards. And of course, you need to find the Korea Finland Esports Discord, which probably is there on the stream chat if you're watching this from the stream. So make sure to join there, take the screenshot, post it on the channel, and then there's going to be a random pick for 5 winners to actually 50 euros worth of Steam gift cards. So that was the 2nd game. Now you know what the raffle is. We're going to have a short break. We're going to be preparing for the first platoon mode, nation versus nation. So we'll be seeing you guys very shortly.
우리 꼬마들은 무사히 모험길에 오를 수 있을 것 같나?
각오 하나는 다들 좋군. 그럼 다들 임무 위치로.
아직 어리군. 실력도 마음가짐도.
어디 덤벼봐라. 기사단장의 이름을 거저 다른 게 아님을 보여주마.
잘 부탁해요, 꼬마 마술사분. 어딜 가든 내가 같이 가줄게.
별의 힘을 취하여 당신을 지켜보겠습니다. 별의 먼지가 여기까지 오다니 나에게 용건이 있는 거지? 이쪽이야! 받아라! 이걸로 마무리! 덮치세요! 더욱 빠르고 뒷쪽이다! 아래! 꽃잎처럼 흩날려라! 종들을 녹도해라! 죽음 피할 수 없다.
사라져라!
절대 쓰러지지 않겠어.
죽음의 땅이여 이제부터 죽어! 간다!
been about a lot of different kind of game modes, bits out of the box from the usual PUBG experience. So it requires a different set of skills, and of course the solo tournament as well, because usually the esports titles are kind of a team games. So the solo tournament brings its own twist into the mix. But we're gonna be having Finland versus Korea, so it's gonna be a, well, interesting mix. I can say from the past, if I remember last year and the year before that, and so on, Finland usually has been quite victorious. And maybe we can have an early look on the game screen at the moment, because we do have there that we can see the teams and the players actually who are presenting the nation. But for Finland, we do have Stratos, for example. So how this works is that there is 2 different platoons, Finland and Korea, and each one of these has a team of 10 players inside of it, so kind of like a, you know, like a squad or squadron. And so we have leaders for these as well. And usually the communication is the key, because organizing, just like in the, I would say in the real battle scenarios, you need the communication. That is very, very important. And that's where Finland always has been excelling when it comes down to the communication. And that is how we have actually won these games, because the Finland and the Finnish, let's say, PUBG scene is very well organized. They are very connected. They are kind of a one tight community. So the players, they know each other. So it's easy for them to kind of, you know, join the Discords and have the communication. And I'm somehow sensing that usually the Korean players are a little bit more detached from each other, playing on their own streams and channels and not really talking with each other. And then if you try to win a platoon fight, that's where you need the communication. Just my small bit of advice. And for this one, actually, we do have all the participants will receive a prize for this one as well. So this will be interesting to see. And also from each of the countries, the person, it doesn't matter if the country wins or doesn't win, the most kills per team, the top killer will actually also get a prize. So we can see that there's for the Korean, so most kills inside of the Korean team, the player will get a prize. Most revives, so it's not just about killing other people, it's also helping your teammates. So also most revives will receive a prize. And then of course the same for the Finnish players as well. And this pricing also applies for the game number 4 as well. So this will be interesting. And I really like the fact when we actually do have a revive reward, because that is of course one of the key elements when you play with your friends. You need to be, somebody needs to be the medic, and maybe the teammates can be then shouting the medic in the Discord or whatsoever. But yeah, this will be a very, very interesting to see how this goes. Maybe meanwhile we can also have a reminder from the raffle. So as mentioned before, we do have a raffle, and it's if you are watching this somewhere, I guess picture here on the stage works as well, but take a screenshot from your own home, and when you're watching it, take a screenshot, post it on the Discord, and you can also win a Steam gift card as well. So there's also prizes for the viewers as well. So not just for the players. And of course, the registration, by the way, for this was opened already multiple weeks ago. So the next year when we're going to be arranging this, we will, of course, have probably similar thing. So all I'm saying is that be on time next time to register, and then we'll be, of course, trying to organize a very nice event with for all the players that they can join and so on, because we had some late participants coming up as well. But anyway, that's a very side story of this all. PUBG is also having its 9-year anniversary, as you maybe saw on the screen. So PUBG, it's getting old. I mean, 9 years, it's a long time, from 2017. And it was the first game for the Battle Royale genre. So then, of course, a lot of games came after that who are also kind of introducing the Battle Royale element. But the PUBG is the good old original Battle Royale, and it's still very well alive and kicking. Many guys actually today and yesterday who I saw here, they were coming to ask me, oh, is PUBG still alive? What is happening with that one? And PUBG is, I think, still on the top 3 of the player amounts on Steam. So there's a pretty good player base for it. The competitive scene is also still very well alive as well. International tournaments being organized every, I would say, half a year, or let's say every quarter at least. So there's a lot of action, and there's a very active scene both in Finland and also in Korea, because in Finland alone, I think there is more than 200 teams easily for PUBG currently competing in Finland. 200 teams, and I think the Korean scene is very much the similar as well. But now it seems that we are actually getting very well ready for the third game of the day, which will be the platoon mode. So maybe we'll have a look on the map. We're going to be playing this on Erangel, which is the good old original map of PUBG, which we all like so much. And there seems to be a bit of a dance party happening here on the server as the players are kind of preparing. So maybe we'll head to the in-game pictures and we'll see what this game is about. And also we'll have a bit of a look who the players are actually playing for this one. So there we go. We can see some players kind of getting a bit excited about the different emotes, and I don't know if everything is okay with these players. The players, so of course, needless to say, let's have a look how this actually gets organized with the teams. So actually this will be the other way around. So we can see that the blue players will be the Finnish team, and then the blue one will be the Korean one, red one will be the Finnish one, if I'm not completely mistaken. We'll have a look in a matter of seconds. So yes, no, this is definitely a Finnish team. So team one, the blue team, that's the Finnish team, and then the red team is the Korean team. There was an idea to get the flags in place, but maybe we'll get it for the final game actually. Anyways, so we are here. We can see Mihikas, Timbe, Flamek, Yugibos, Kor-Fin, C-Tax, Cloudification, Eilers, Tiksu, and Pekkeli in this part of the squad, and the circle pops in. So we can see the Korean players are jumping towards Gatka. So they will be heading that way. We can see Finland, are they going to claim Pochinki, or are they going to go Pochinki and the schools, the apartments? It seems that there might be some initial engagement. This is very well giving you an idea what I was telling about the communication. So the Finnish team, they are all in a one pack. They are all going towards Boatyard, Roshok. They want to make sure that they have loot. And the Korean teams, they are splitting. They go to Yasnaya, they go to Gatka, they have some here in school, and there will be some first blood coming here. And there's more Finnish players on this area, so that is quite simple math, that this might be a slaughter. Few of the Koreans are landing around the what we call the Poshok area back in the day, and we can see that there is a lot of players, so 8 items are spawning, so first one is going to be taken down. So the Finnish players also, some of them, but the Koreans are definitely in trouble because they don't have that many players in this area. We can see 0-1-0. Oh, he will find the Finnish player who wants to get the kill, so that's going to be one taken down. And we'll see how this goes, but yeah, he's going to be taken down as well. So the Korean players are, in the end, a little bit in trouble. White Hale is here. His teammates are, I don't know where they are. The players, of course, know which ones are their own players, but he's going to be he's the last Korean player, and he's going to be hunted down. For sure, they will find him eventually. Can he actually run away? He's trying to get over the fence here, and just to escape. There's so many Finns in this area, but he actually seems to be getting away, so they don't find that kill. So he gets to join his friends at the Poshok area, and there is still one in the swimming hall building, which is going to be I1XN. So he'll be hiding, but he's the only player who is currently here, and we have one Korean player also in the apartment, so there's going to be a bit of a trouble. We have Finnish players taking also the Boatyard, the school area, Roshok area, and there seems to be a bit of a let's say, larger group of people in Yasnaya, and we also have Mikas taken down by his teammate. That's going to be an accident for sure. That's what I'm hoping for. So let's hope that there is none of that happening. There was a knock, so they can still revive him, so he's not going to be lost. Meanwhile, we can see some players just staying here in the school area, and now from the school also I1XN wants to kind of move towards his teammates and get away from the Finns who are currently occupying the school area. So this is going to be taken fully by the Finnish players, also the Boatyard. There's a bit of a scattered around the Gatka, the Korean players, and this is not the greatest thing, and I would say that the Ruins players might be a little bit in trouble as well. I think Stratos was spotted, so there was some shots coming from the distance, all the way from the Poshok towards Stratos. He's just hiding there on top of that hill. And also let's have a look what is happening on the apartments, because CNP does have a another Finnish player right next to him, as we can see. So they are coming to pick him up. There's a nade, and they will just push it. And there we can see Mise actually finds the CNP, and that's going to be one less Korean player. So what I can say is that for the time being, it definitely looks like there is, let's say, more kills towards the Koreans, and these guys are completely pinched here in the middle. So the Korean players, they came to a there's a revival station. We can see a lot of shots coming from the distance. A bit of a chaos happening here. One player is going to just leave the others there, and that's not fair play. That's not nice. One player is going to be taken down. One is going to be hiding in the smokes. The third one's going to be getting away with the vehicle, and he's going to run straight towards the Finns on the other side. So this is the communication. They are the Finnish players. They're just circling the Koreans currently, and they have nowhere to go. From all the directions, the Finnish players are pushing towards Exa, and he just tries to survive. 37 HP. I don't think he will make that far. It's kind of a panic mode reversing for him as well. He tries to join his teammates. He will get some more damage. He's down to less than 10 HP, and gonna be taken down by Kor-Fin in the end. So Kor-Fin falls down. Let's see if a Poo OPS. No, he's gonna be getting a lot of shots as well. This is not gonna be good. The Finnish players, they are coming. Mikas is gonna be coming to the scene. Gets these players are gone. Nades are gonna be thrown as well, and these players are taken down as well. We cannot really see that easily how many Finnish players we have remaining and how many Koreans, but definitely it will be currently the situation that the Koreans are taking more damage, as we can see. Also from the Roshok area, we can see the Finnish players are kind of cleaning the corners, and the rest of the Korean players are just currently nowhere to be found. The Finnish players, they just occupy the whole Roshok area. They are playing these hills to find the opponents, and if the circle keeps on shrinking towards this direction, it will mean that the Koreans will have to come towards the Finns. And if they have these lookout towers and the different angles that they're currently covering, then they should be able to pick them. I wouldn't say easily, but currently how this is being played is that the Finnish players are definitely kind of having a slight advantage as they are staying as a one group. Soulite together with Anonymous on the buildings. We can see also Umbrella staying here in the building. So yeah, we're just waiting. Now the circle's going to be shifting, and it's going to shift towards Roshok, but also towards the north, slightly towards the west. And this means that we have the river in play. So almost half of the circle is still on the north side of the river. And the river might be a very, very interesting strategic element, because if, for example, if these Korean players from Yasnaya will rotate on the north side of Roshok, then we do have an interesting situation, because the teams might be then fighting across the river. We do have some kind of an attempt coming from a solo player, MK47, towards the Finns, and I'm pretty sure that he will be spotted. He's just trying to scout some information, so he's spotting a Finnish player from the field. Let's see these bolt action M24 shots. Oh, he's got to deal some damage. And this is a little bit of a problem towards the Finnish player. Who actually is that player? It is 2069. No idea. I haven't heard from him before, but he gets the cover throughout the place. And what we can see, the Finnish players are immediately coming to help. So the Finnish players, they are like a bloodhounds. Oh, there's a player. Let's go for the kill. And they are coming immediately. We can see Mika's bolt spot. Mika's bolt spot is moving. MK47 realizes that this is not the greatest idea and will decide to leave right away. And a bit of a drifting happening here for him. One of the tires actually being shot from the car, and that is not the greatest situation, because now he needs to walk, but he seems to be getting away. Also, we can see the Finnish players are circling now towards the Korean players here on this, I don't know what to call this compound, but anyways, they are here. So the Finnish players, they know that there are some Koreans here, and just very sneaky, hiding between the fence and between the bushes. I have actually played that spot myself a few times, and I know that it's a very good spot because nobody can see you. MK47 gets Yuli though, so there is a bit of a damage fighting happening in multiple different places. And we can see that the Finnish players are clearing here. We can see Sun is falling down. Let's see what this player is about. Soulite doesn't have much of a cover, doesn't have smokes, doesn't have a vehicle currently, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. So long distance fighting, we can see Koreans coming towards the scene as well. We can see Anonymous still hiding here, so he's not really joining the fight. And now the Koreans, they need to come. So Finland, they are kind of building something here in the border. We can see that they are coming. Oh, that's going to be a very risky push. But let's see how this goes. They're kind of coming. We can see how Soulite falling dead. So Susto gets one. And they will go for the drive-by. If this is going to be successful, that's going to be huge. Yes, they will get Soulite. So one player is going to be taken down. They will spot the players on the edge as well. That's going to be a headshot, 65 damage. Can Stratos seal the deal? Not yet. We have another push coming from here. Mise, he goes. The guy from Saunabo is one of the best players in Finland when it comes to PUBG. He is going for it. And the drive-by works. Perfect. There we go. Mise drops down Shunida, drops down DK as well. And that's how you do drive-bys. They don't know what hit them, but it was a Finnish player. That's what I can tell you. And sorry if I'm just slightly biased and slightly excited about it. We can see Anonymous dropping down 1J at the same time, so he's gonna fall down. And but yeah, of course, as a Finnish commentator, I need to be slightly biased towards my own country as well. We can see Nuzang dropping down Anonymous, so the rescue comes. We saw 1J was taken down, and immediately we have some help on the way, so Anonymous will be flushed down as well. And the Korean players, they just have these small pockets of players here and there. The Finnish players, they are controlling the scene. And here, meanwhile, let's see, these guys, Yugi Boss, they have spotted down where the Koreans are. We can see Titan trying to do a rotation from the side. There's going to be some shots towards the vehicle, just running away as far as he can. And if there's something that we are really good as a Finns, we are very good holding the border. That's what we know. So I don't think that the Koreans, I'm sorry, I don't think that they have a chance of penetrating from the south. And definitely not from the east either. So that's for sure. We have a bit of swimming here. So this is maybe the all famous frog diver troops, whatever they are. But there's a shark in the water, as we can see. But they're pretty far away. Nobody has an idea where they are. And they need to be running from the zone. And now we can see Finnish players. They're just going for the kills. They are just trying to find, as we can see, the players. They just need to be careful that they will not be spotted. And there's going to be a bit of a stronghold from Korea. So we can see Mise getting one. We can see 1J falling down. We can see Hammer falling down as well. So now the Finnish, the cockiness might actually backfire here a little bit. So they just need to go very carefully. They need to build it. They can actually see that, okay, this was not the greatest idea, but the shots are coming in. So the Korean players are also getting some support here. Let's see how this goes. We can see Stratos coming on the scene together with the Susto, and there's just so many knocks. One player standing, two players standing, three players standing from Korea. One of the further our players will be knocked down as well, and there's nades and all kind of things. So let's see what is happening here. Susto just pushes in, goes for the flushes. There's gonna be player. He just wants to get those kills and he wants to get those points. He will just go for it, but that's gonna backfire a little bit because there's a player hiding on the other room, but he's not being flushed yet, and we can see just one player from Korea currently, Cop9, who is currently standing on this compound, and the Finnish players, oh, you're not gonna be hiding behind that doorway, so he will be taken away as well. And the Finland, they can actually revive these players. That should be definitely possible. Meanwhile, we do have some more Korean players coming, and the circle's gonna be popping here on the north side, which is good because then it pushes all players into the same playable area. But we do have Alvsins, we have OV, EIXN, and DH777 and Titan. They are kind of approaching, so they heard the fight. So they're definitely coming here. But meanwhile, this is actually not the greatest situation for Tixu and was it Yuki Boss? No, Cloudification, but they will go for it. Cloudification is going to be taken down, and it's going to be Tixu completely alone, spots the player. These shots are coming in, connects a little bit. Cloudification was going to be flushed down, so Tixu needs to somehow deal with this situation, but he's slightly pinched here, but more players are coming from the backside as well, as the other fight is going to be kind of starting in the north. We can see some support coming from the bridge all the way. Ooh, 917 needs to hide behind the rock, and Sinru. Hackatory, oh, Hackatory is on the server. This guy I remember actually from the last year. They are just going to be trying to hide under the bridge somehow and move towards the zone as well. That means that Tixu can be actually chilling. But of course, Malakias and the other Finnish players, they are here. And they should be spotting. And now as the shots are coming towards Malakias, he needs to med actually. But these players actually, we can see that the shots came from Susto and the others. So yeah, there's definitely things happening. And now we can see the Korean players are just disappearing from the server. It's not that many left anymore. There is no more squads. It's just solo players, and this should be easy picking for Finland. Finland is really trying to crush this First Nation Royale. We can see Yuki Boss just driving over, trying to finalize with the car. The buggy does the job, does the damage. There's no more Korean. No, there's a one actually still hiding here, which is going to be MK47. The vehicle's going to be in a bad shape, but Yuki Boss drops him down like a boss. drops him down. There's no chance for him. And this Korean Ko Kung-seung, there is 5 Korean players left, 5 versus 30 or something like that. So this, like I said, the Finnish team, they have been just so nicely holding it together in the one single area. Hakachori is going to be taken down at the same time as well. We can see a push coming to flush him down. It's going to be Sirnu who will get him down. And Koko Jun, he's going to be dropping down to the blue, I think, already. Tries to do something. He's going to fall down. And it's going to be down to these 2 players from Korea. It's going to be Chetin and Kim Bibi. And these are the only players who Korea has remaining. So 2 versus 25 is the situation. And I don't think that the Finnish players, because they rush tower in the eastern side, they have no idea where the Koreans are. But if they will make one single shot, that's going to be fatal, because then the location is known. And then these guys, they will be so much in trouble. So we'll see what Kim Bibi and Yettin can do. Kim Bibi comes with the vehicle. And we do have the stronghold of Bobby Swagger. He will spot down the player. And we'll see what will happen for this vehicle ride, because something tells me that this is the car ride to hell, because there will be so many Finnish players. But he will spot one. Kim Bibi falls down. Bobby Swagger gets the job done. That's going to leave Chetin 2-2-2. So he needs to drop down 24 players. Can he do that? I have no idea, but something tells me that it will be a very, very hard. He will spot down 1. And now you need to play really smart. I don't know if he actually knows himself that he's the last man standing, literally, for the team. So if we really do have a 1 sheriff in town, it needs to be Chetin if he wipes down everybody. But that's going to be a 1 versus 20 something, so it's not going to be easy. And Bobby Swagger gave the information. We can already see that the Finnish player have a very good idea, and he will be spotted down. So he's pinched, and he's probably very much having his days counted as we speak. He's in the smokes here. There's already mollies. There's stuff coming in there, pushing in. He drops down 1, wants to go back on the roof, on the stairway. Stairway is a good place to kind of play this, but there will be a push eventually. He cannot really go to the floor, and we can to the roof. So many players are outside already. And there we go. The nade from Nungjiang will actually finish the deal, and Finland, the team Finland, will actually win the first nation platoon royale mode. And we can see Team Finland getting 38 kills, Team Korea getting 12 kills. And the most kills for Finland actually seems to be Stratos, if I'm not completely missing. No, it says Nus Young with 6 kills here. We will have a look on this officially later, but the player from each of the teams who had most kills and most revives as well will be winning some prizes. So of course that's why we are kind of highlighting this to you as well. So we had the first nation versus nation. We still have another nation versus nation, and we're gonna have a very, very short break here before we start that. So don't go anywhere. It's gonna be very short, like a 3-4 minutes maximum, and then we're gonna be jumping into the action. So we'll have a short break. We'll be right back, and we'll see you guys very soon.
See, look. See, look, see, look, see, look, see, look, see, look. See, look, see, look, see, look, see, look, see, look. See, look, see, look, see, look. See, look, see, look, see, look, see, look, see, look. See, look, see, look, see, look, see, look, see, look. See, look, see, look, see, look, see, look, see, look. See, look, see, look, see, look. See, look, see, look, see, look, see, look. See, look. See, look.
Come and listen to my story. Little strange it could be. Extraordinary time space. I wanna show it all to you. I'm the consequential as good as it sounds. Focusing on me is my time. Every day no big changes are found. Our time is so precious. Hey, cause trolley. And we go. Then we go twinkle. Perfectly perfect days passing by. Look at the sea. So happy. Look at the sea. So wonderful time. No wonder that it's you and me. Why don't you come and dance with me? Come on and join and promise me. Let's be together. Look at the seals.
Okay, so here we are, back in the game, and the next and the final match of the day is going to be another nation versus nation. It's going to be the same drill, Finland versus Korea in a platoon mode. We have about 65 players in this game, so it's going to be a team size of about 32 per team. And that's going to be the same game, so we will see again, will Finland or Korea actually win this one? And as mentioned before, of course, the most kills for both of the nations will receive a prize. Also, the most revives will receive a prize as well. So there will be some prizes for the most valuable players of each of the teams. And it's going to be the same map. It's going to be a Wrangle. We still have the raffle actually running, so make sure to participate on the raffle as well. And of course, after this game, we're also going to be having a look a little bit on the winners of the previous matches, so who will be actually receiving and what. And I really hope that you have been enjoying this Korea-Finland Esports Festival 2026. Always such a lovely time to be here at the assembly. And of course, you are back home there watching the stream as well. I really hope that you have been enjoying your time to see how these lovely two nations come together in a friendly esports battle. Meanwhile, we do have 25 seconds to go before the game starts. So for the last time today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's go. And there we go. 10 seconds. And it's going to be a Wrangle. The plane's going to be coming from the south side of Novorepnaya here in the southern island. Going to be heading towards Zarki in the north of George Paul, so pretty middle plane. And we'll see how the teams are communicating this time as well. I mentioned on the previous game that the team communication is kind of the key. And Finland has been really nicely holding the pack together as the Korean players have been more divided outside on the outskirts of the zone and kind of playing as a smaller amount of players in a single plane. place. So we'll see. The zone comes there on the south side of Gatka. That's an interesting because the plane, as we can see, is just barely touching it. And it means that the players are kind of jumping towards the same direction. That's what I'm expecting because the players kind of want to find their places inside of the circle. But nobody has jumped. So this is good. This is good. There's actually communication going on. The teams are actually jumping at the same time. And now we can see Korea dropping some players on Pochinki, but not the whole team. And they are kind of still a little bit divided, but maybe not so divided as on the previous game. But Finland, on the other hand, this blue storm is heading straight towards Hospital and the South George Pole area. So Finland will be there. But also we can see that the Korean players are actually very much getting on this area. And that is interesting to see how this will play out, because we can see so many players heading right down here on these containers, actually. So that's the play, and a lot of parachutes will be falling down from the sky. Look at the amount of players getting into the same place. It's going to be next to impossible to follow what kind of a madness will happen here. But let's see who's going to be winning these one-on-ones. These guys are going to go for the shotguns meanwhile, and or whatever guns they will find. And who's going to be Yame actually gets the reload first, and he's going to be taking down one of the players. And there's so much madness happening here, as we can see, that even the observing piece is a little bit lagging, unfortunately, but we'll try to do our best to follow this whole situation. A lot of blue players, a lot of Finnish players are actually falling down, but we can see the same happening also towards the red ones as well. So we'll see who's going to be surviving. And the solo Korean player from here will be taken down. Meanwhile, in the containers, we can see also both teams actually losing some players, but I would say that there's definitely more blue markers than the red ones currently standing up. And we'll see at least one Korean survivor here, which is Forever. So he is getting a knock from Malakias. And now the other Finnish players, they must be kind of coming towards rescue, as Forever is kind of a pinch here on the containers, cannot do much and they hold these angles, so he's very carefully making sure that no Finnish players are actually able to surprise him. We do have another bunch of Korean players here as well, so it's not just him. There's got to be support troops, so he's just trying to hold the line until the rescue operation comes, and he's going to be moving a little bit on the side angle as well, so they maybe don't know the Finnish players that well where he's currently hiding. So he's here between the containers, and he will be found out. There we go. Rick Grimes finds Gilmund, and the cavalry should be coming from here, as we can see. And there are a few Finnish players on this scene as well. So the red players are the Korean players, and the blue players are the Finnish players, just as a reminder. And here we have a more of a, let's say, a pocket of the Korean players, and just only one Finnish player on that scene. So he's just waiting there and trying to see how this plays out, and will be taken down, as we can see. So Jönssi, he will drop down, and also at the same time Skull drops down as well. There is still a bit of fighting happening at the containers, and it is true, there is not that many Finnish players currently visible, but it's still more than the Koreans. We have some shooting coming from the north side as well, so a few players from the north are trying to kind of support this initiative. And let's see what Timbe can actually do from this area. So he's just holding. Timbe knows these angles, so he's very cautious here, spots down the players, gets the spray, does the damage, but doesn't get the players down. And the other Finnish players, they are just hiding here in the containers, as we can see, and they are slowly but steadily moving forward. So Finland clearly has an idea of holding these angles, and there's a back flank. This actually can work really nicely for the Korean player, because he will be surprising the Finnish players from the backside, but it seems that the Finnish players are actually ready for it. And Stratos, he was expecting that there will be a flank, so he will be taken down. We have still Skull hiding here in the container. He will be taken down as well. So the Hell, Mikas and Jönssi, they are coming for this, and we are losing a lot of red dots. There's another squad of Korean players hiding in Pochinki. Well, not really hiding, but they are now starting to get the idea that, okay, the fighting is actually happening in George Pole. We have a few players from both of the squads in the north as well, but I would say that Steady right here, who is knocked, so probably not going to be getting revived. We do have a Korean player. Oh, Stratos going to find him as well, so he's going to be taken down as well. So once again, at least for the moment, it seems that Finland is doing very well. But of course, we need to take into account that there is still a group of players who are coming from Pochinki, and then we have some, let's say, a little bit more separate players. Fazefavsev is trying to escape with the vehicle, seems to be at least able to get away from this whole situation. Shots are coming from the distance, and there will be another car with the Finnish players on board who will try to welcome him, and the damage will come. Few more shots and one more, and he will be taken down. Kor-Fin actually comes to drive by, and also Sedfa will be taken away as well. So that area is more or less cleared, except we have still Sinru hiding here in the edges. We do have also Turpo with his good old American car moving on the same scene as well. And yeah, Sinru, he's completely alone here. And then the other Korean players are here in the south, and they are just piling up on the middle. So they're not really going to look for Finnish players. But this was actually what Finland did in a previous game, that they kind of hold the middle of the circle and let these individual groups come towards them. Now the Korean hold on the middle, it is there. And actually the circle is like really nice to them. So all the Finnish players, they need to go straight towards the Koreans. But it might pose a small problem. And I want to see where Sindru is going. So he's going to go from the bridge. And there's... Okay, I don't know where he's going now. Okay, so he's going somewhere. So kind of a crashing with the car. Maybe he realized that there's a Finnish car crossing the bridge as well. And the Finnish players, they will start moving. And this could be bad for Finland, because honestly, when we have the first bunch of players going and the Koreans will spot it, there's only 2 guys on that car, or 3 maybe maximum. 2 it seems, so Kor-Fin and Hype Boy. So they might be driving straight towards the Koreans. But of course, I would expect that they are somehow maybe kind of scouting the area. They're actually honking, so they are kind of looking for a fight. And they are just going for it. We do have a Korean... Oh, this is bad. We can see a fight happening on the fields. Is it a Tesla? No, it's something else. It's probably something fancier, like a Ferrari or Porsche. Porsche looks to be the car. So the Koreans in a Porsche, they're just cruising on the fields. We can see more players coming to the scene. And now the Koreans, they are kind of more divided than they were earlier. They had a good hold, and now they are also moving. So they clearly have a strategy to play the middle. They are not kind of welcoming the Finnish players when they're actually coming to the zone. And let's see what happens here. We can see Huomba hiding inside of that building. We are still a little bit loading the graphics. Should be getting a whole lot prettier in a few seconds. Sometimes the loading takes a bit of a time with the textures and everything. And the other Finnish players, they're kind of moving as a single one pack. So currently I would say that even though this is definitely going better for Korea than the previous one, I would still say that the Finnish team actually has a kind of an upper hand for this whole situation. That's how I feel. But the Finnish players, they actually find the, let's say, the middle area. They kind of penetrate the few players from the north without even spotting them. So Finland is kind of there in the middle. Other players, they're just running. So there's like a great migration happening here. It's not like in Spain a few days ago, but something similar. The guys are probably going to be crossing some rivers as well on the way. But we can see a great migration coming from the north. And at the same time, all the Koreans are kind of... not hiding, but they are just like building their home base on this compound. And it's about 10 players here. So I would say that if Finland comes here with the full force, about 20 players or something, what they still have remaining, I don't know what kind of a chance there will be for Korea to actually hold it. But this blue zone is not a great thing. I mean, Finnish players, they're actually in the blue. It's going to be phase number 2, so it's not going to be dealing that much of a damage. All the players, they have bandages and first aids. We have some car transports moving. So this sounds to be sounded like a... Ooh, what is happening here? We can see Yumin, and he will be eventually taken down, but he managed to take one. But Kimchi will flush him down, and he needs the med, and then Bobby Swagger can be saved. And there is more Korean players actually coming to the scene now. So this could actually turn very interestingly towards the Korean flavor this time. We can see that they are kind of now getting away. We can see a Finnish vehicle kind of hunting them down. So let's see how this goes. There's going to be Rick Grimes finding Kuomba. They're going to be jumping down. One more player, one is going to be driving over as well. But 2 Korean players, 1 Finnish player can be revived, and the third one from that car is going to be suffering as well. So these guys are gone. There's only 1 player. No, is he actually still hiding and standing? Kuomba? No, he's knocked. So he's just he's going to bleed out. So no more Korean players in the north, and then the only Korean holds are here in the south, in the zone, and just completely alone. We can also find Jung San, kind of having his joyride in the forest. So let's have a look where he's actually going with this one. But yeah, he's just very nicely joining the others, I hope. And then we have a one Korean stronghold here, which the Finnish players need to penetrate. And they have a pretty good idea. We can see that the troops are coming in. And I would imagine that maybe they will go here, up here. And I think that the Robert Bob McCall actually has an idea that somebody might be rotating here. So we can see the Finnish vehicles probably coming up on that hill, because that's the place where you can actually find some angles towards those buildings. They will spot the vehicle definitely, which is parked there. MP5. That's going to be a pretty strong weapon from this range. So we'll see what can Robert Bob McCall do. But he's going to be spotted. So many shots coming towards him. Doesn't stand a chance. And now, as we can go maybe to have a look what is actually happening on this apartment, because we can see that the Finnish players are just going in with the full force. Here on the warehouse, we can see already some of the Korean players going to be knocked. We have a few Finnish players being knocked as well. So casualties, 4 players at least for Finland has fallen. 50 is going to be here as well. And we can see some Korean players also getting knocked. So it's not that many actually. So a few more Korean players are remaining. They are holding this one, for example. So we have Taro, Alfsins is still alive, Yun San is still alive as well. And they are just trying to do whatever they can from this area. But the Finnish players, they are already coming, as we can see behind the corner. We'll find it. We'll just go rushing in, finds Taro, we'll continue their journey, we'll get the flush. Nades are being thrown in as well, and Finland, they will wipe down this barn. There's no more chickens to be taken, no more cows on the fields, and no more Korean players on the server. So Finland will get the second victory from the nation versus nation royale, and that's going to be a wonderful job. And we can have a brief look on the stats. So yes, Finland gets 35 kills and Korea gets 6 kills in total in this game. So the communication once again proves to be definitely one of the strong points of the Finnish PUBG players, and definitely something that I strongly recommend for the Korean players to study for the next year when we do have the next Korea-Finland Esports Festival 2027. So we'll see what's going to happen next year. But what this means is that we have actually done all the games of the day, and we still have some results, so I'm just waiting for the results to pop up on my laptop, and then we can actually see who won and what. We should have some kind of an idea what's going to be happening there. But meanwhile, I of course hope that everybody has been enjoying this Korea-Finland Esports Festival. Once again, it's becoming a bit of a tradition here at the Assembly, and if you want to be participating yourself, just make sure to join the Korea-Finland Esports Festival Discord, which is there, and all the information when we get closer to the next event, whenever that's going to be happening, the information will be there, and then you can join and also participate on getting the prizes as well. But of course, it also means that you can also, as a viewer, also win some prizes as well. So it's not just about the players, but also viewers. With the raffle, you can at least get a chance of winning a Steam gift card as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we have some results still here, so we can maybe briefly just go that through. So from the first game that we had today, we had 1J who won the Sheriff of the Town game. So 1J was the winner, and he will receive a 50 euro Steam gift card. Most kills, 7 kills went for the first game to Eixa. So he will be also getting a Steam gift card. And the longest kill went to Neong with 42 meters, because we ended up only having shotguns. There was supposed to be a Winchester, but unfortunately they didn't spawn on the game. So nobody actually had these snipers that I was kind of at some point telling you about. But that was the first game results. The second game we saw here, what happened, the winner was Cloudification, so he will receive a 50 euro Steam gift card. Most kills went to the Hell. So he will also receive a gift card, and the most headshots with a pan went to Gilmund. I think there was maybe 2 or 3 of them. So very good job for Gilmund. So he will be also receiving from the pan fight game the gift card. And then for these nation battles that we just witnessed from the first one, Mise got 6 kills. So on the first game, Mise has the Steam gift card, and the most revives went to Expo. Many of the Finnish players, at least they know Expo. He's one of the coaches who usually coaches and does a bit of a commentating as well. So Expo had 7 revives, so a true team player. So Expo will be receiving something from that as well. And then for the Korean players, Sinru with 2 kills from the first game receives a prize, and also Hakatori with 2 revives will receive the prizes. And the 4th game results, we are still waiting for those, so those will be announced on the Discord. Meanwhile, Assembly has a program to continue, so I personally would like to thank you everybody from participating as a players, as a viewers, as a LAN party animals here at the Assembly. So wishing you all a wonderful Assembly event, and have a wonderful rest of the day. And there's going to be more action happening on the stage, not that far away from here. Make sure to follow the program from the screen. And of course, we are expecting to fill all these seats when the next act is going to be launching up. So GG's, goodbye.
Tranquility Base.